Thank you, Norma. As Norma said, I'm Jeff Bloemker, and I was the mayor of Effingham from 2015 to 2019. Before that, I was on the City Plan Commission and the Zoning Board of Appeals for 10 years. And I was very involved in a wide variety of civic activities for over 20 years. We had a very successful and productive term at City Hall. We put a lot through the pipeline. I gave Attorney Willenberg heartburn on a regular basis. I'm told we got more done in 4 years than most do in 8, and it was the honor of my life, and it was tremendously rewarding. My job in this forum is to talk about the personal commitment involved with being an elected official. If I had to entitle what I'm about to talk about, I'd call it Time, Relationships, and Thick Skin. This is going to be a cautionary tale, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's going to be short and to the point. Some people may be intimidated by that. Some people will be challenged and inspired. And those are the people we need to run for public office. Government is the daily collision of needs, wants, ideas, and agendas. Governing is managing that chaos every day. Every government leader has to make a choice right away. Do you want to be a politician or a government leader? There is a difference. And I don't think you can be both. A politician constantly makes decisions and compromises with an eye to re-election. A government leader makes decisions for the good of the order, no matter how they might affect his or her electability. That's why a good government leader imposes his own term limits, because he's usually one and done. Let's talk about time. As an elected official, you are never off. You're downtown having lunch with your spouse, you're on duty. At church on Sunday morning, you are on duty. At your kid's school play, you're on duty. Having a beer on the driveway with your neighbors, you are on duty. That became especially true with the advent of cell phones and email. With a cell phone, you are always tethered to the job, and you should want it that way. You'll want to be particularly cautious with the most dangerous time commitment, the real time thief, if you will. That being when you have a particular issue that is weighing heavily on you. You'll get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom or let the dog out, and that issue will be sitting on your bed when you get back. And he'll say, let's think about this a bit. And you may lose sleep over it. And that's not good. You'll need to figure out how to keep that from happening, because that will wreck your health. Let's talk about relationships. Right now you have relationships with friends, family members, neighbors, and work cohorts that you cherish and really enjoy. Should you have success in an election, I can tell you that you will lose several of those cherished relationships. They will become strained, and you will separate from those people, at least in the short term. And it will cause you pain. It will be like a death. Maybe you'll be able to repair the relationship down the road, maybe not. Your relationship with your spouse and your kids will very likely be affected, at least while you're in office. Hopefully, you'll have their undying support as they see and understand the burden you're carrying. And they will create a sanctuary for you when you get home, a safe place where you can escape the stress of running with the bulls, because you'll need it. Let's talk about thick skin. This is a really rough time to be a government leader. The 24/7 news feeds and social media and really convenient cell phone cameras mean you are under the scope, always. 80% of the people respect you for your service and your efforts, and that's what keeps you going. 10% of the people don't like you because of the way you vote on issues they care about. Then there's 5% of the people who don't like you because of the way you dress or look or talk, usually some ridiculous reason. And then there are a handful of jealous and resentful predators who believe it is acceptable sport to try to take you down because you are an elected official. They are small in numbers, but they are loud. Personally, I believe they are a societal scourge, not the heroes they think they are. And I blame these folks for the leadership crisis we currently have in our nation. Put in simpler terms, half the people love you for the same reason half the people hate you. Here's the bottom line. Don't run for office if you're just doing it for a paycheck or for status. Don't do it because you have a lot of spare time and you're bored. Do it because you have a passion for good government. Do it because you want to make a difference wherever and however needed. Do it because you want to maintain the quality of life you cherish here in downstate Illinois, the American way of life. In closing, I'd like to offer a couple quotes from two men who grew up in the same neck of the woods down in southern Illinois. Bob Butler was the mayor of Marion for 56 years. When he retired a few years ago and died soon thereafter, he said, "I was criticized for things I didn't deserve, and I was credited for things I didn't do." I think most elected officials will tell you that taking the bitter with the sweet becomes a way of life for government leaders. Then there's the great Effingham entrepreneur and Rotarian, Lowell Samuel, who used to regularly refer to this famous quote: "Service is the rent we pay for the right to exist on this earth." And he was right. And that's why you need to run for elected office. It is a high honor and a high form of service that you will not regret as the dust settles on your life. We need you. Thank you.